Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Vladimir Putin shows courage, I would say, by traveling all the way to Minsk, Belarus. And that's a long way. If you look at on the map, I don't know how he flew over there, but I'm guessing a lot of preparation was done. So he went to Minsk to meet his partner, ally, friend, however you want to call, the president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko. A lot of a big entourage traveled with Vladimir Putin, and they will have some discussions in Minsk now about security and other issues that we're gonna find out probably only through their actions, not really, hey, we discussed we're gonna do this, we discussed we're gonna do this. Probably certain things will be leaked or straightforward reported by Peskov and Zakharova, but in this case the guys in the West, they say that Putin visits Lukashenko in order to they put pressure on Lukashenko to attack Ukraine. This is how the story goes. I think that's childish. And why do I say it's childish? Why would Putin need to fly from Ukraine, from Russia to Minsk to do what? Kiss Lukashenko's boot? Is that what it is? That's too childish. But let's see what this article here tells us about, as much as they can at this point, about their meeting. This article comes from Sputnik and it is from today, the 19th of December 2022. Putin arrives in Minsk to hold talks with Belarusian president on security and other issues. Security. Russian President Vladimir Putin arrived in Minsk on Monday to hold talks with his Belarusian counterpart, Alexander Lukashenko, and to discuss the issues of security in the region and joint measures to respond to challenges. Challenges. You know, challenges, it's a big umbrella that can hold a lot of things underneath, or protect, or include. Lukashenko personally met Putin at the airport in Minsk. The Parvogo Telegram channel reported, adding that the leaders went to the residence of the Belarusian president, the Independence Palace, to hold a meeting. See? Who says that Belarus is, I don't know, dictatorship or something? They have an Independence Palace. It's the People's Palace. The talks will reportedly start in a wide format, with the participation of members of the governments of the two countries, heads of ministries and departments. That's a big one. The presidents will then continue their personal meeting, after which they are expected to make statements and answer questions from reporters. I'm waiting for that. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu also arrived in Minsk to participate in the meeting between the presidents of Russia and Belarus, a Sputnik correspondent reported. The Russian delegation also included Ambassador to Belarus Boris Gryzlov, Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov, Deputy Prime Minister Alexei Overshchuk, that sounds Ukrainian to me, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, yes, Energy Minister Nikolai Shulginov, and Director of Federal Services for Military Technical Cooperation Dmitry Shugayev. Wow, that's a full team. Let's see what they will decide over there. I don't think, the chances that Belarus will join Russia in active operations in Ukraine, my assessment is, I don't know, 1%, maybe 5%. It would do no good to Russia and Belarus. So why would they do that? What would they do? The only good that people might say, oh, we'll do if Russia is desperate and doesn't have personnel. So it needs Belarusian personnel. how many fighters over there. They said, I think at one point about 50,000 or something. It was an article that I said they prepared their readiness, 50,000. I think Russia doesn't need the 50,000 military personnel provided by Belarus when it has up to 30 million but potentially able to come and be mobilized. So that's, I don't know. And remember what kind of implication, negative implication, this kind of move will, yield. Imagine that Belarus intervenes. And now everybody's going to say, well, see, now it's a world war. Now look, we're going to intervene ourselves. Everything goes. It's just not that everything goes, but they will just use that as a justification of future escalation in all this. Belarus and Russia have no advantage of any kind if they intervene. The 50,000, okay, not 50,000, 100,000. How many Belarusians are over there in the military? 500,000. Do you think that Russia needs the 500,000 Belarusians to do what? To avoid problems in Russia if they, recruit more or mobilize more? That would be the only advantage, but that would not balance the damage that would do. That's not going to be a move. Not only the damage in Russia, but in Belarus. Leave alone the Western countries that will say, yes, see, we told you. But as I said, I give them, let's say, 1 to 5%. I don't want to give them more that they will do anything stupid. They just keep these guys busy, the Ukrainians, at the border with Belarus, in order to be broken in at least two sides. One the guys in Belarus and one the guys in north under the Belarus border, and then the ones that are fighting the Russian forces in the east. That's all what I think it is. Now, could the Ukrainians invade Belarus? Because some of this guy says yes, the Ukraine might invade. I don't think Ukraine is going to invade anybody. That's one. I don't, because for the same reason. The other guys are going to use it of see, and why would they invade? I mean, I'm pretty sure the Belarusian would gladly respond, but on the other hand, I think Belarus is as involved on this war as the Americans are, or the Western, the collective West, if you want. Why? It provides the territory for the Russians to stay over there and take off, release some rockets, missiles, whatever they release, and then turn back and land again in Belarus. But hey, you can't shoot us over there. Safe place. What do you mean? So that's another move. Oh, you can't shoot deep into Russia. Why is that? You destroy our cities. Why shouldn't we destroy your cities from the Ukrainian perspective? Very much calculated. But we'll find out what these guys decide over there with their... I don't even know... to be honest, I don't know what the hell these guys are going to talk about. What is there to talk more than they already talked? They met on so many occasions. They didn't fix things. They didn't set up things. What changed so much in the whole context in the past, I don't know, 10 months, 11 months, besides the fights are going over there? Those guys provide military and intelligence. Probably they have troops on the ground. What else? What else is it? Well, anyway, we'll find out. I don't think anything majestic or, oh my God, oh, can you believe this? This is great news, this fantastic news, or this is, wow, breaking news. I don't think there's going to be anything like that. They're going to just, sign some documents. We're going to cooperate in this. We're going to cooperate more in that. And Belarus is going to remain Belarus, and Russia is going to remain Russia. It's not going to be like, oh my God, Russia is going to take over Belarus. Why would Lukashenko want to be a real legal subject of Russia when he's a ruthless dictator? Dictators don't like to be under anybody's orders, if you know. You can say, well, Putin pushes him, grabs him, and I doubt that. But anyway, we'll find out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.